Yo, yo, yo. Good morning, folkers. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're at in the world. This is Tyranny's Bane. Welcome to the definition of anarchy. Right now, I'm going to talk about Joey B's brand new executive order from yesterday evening. I don't know if you guys know, but he issued an executive order stating that any employee or any employer with over 100 employees, any business with over 100 employees, and all federal employees and federal contractors are required to mandate, my bad, y'all. Anyway, so Joe Biden lost his goddamn mind. If you have more than 100 employees, you work for the federal government, or you're a contractor with the federal government, even if you're a contractor, that means that you don't even work directly for the federal government. You just have contract work with them. So you have to require your employees to get the hokey pokey. Listen, this is complete and utter bullshit. But I'm liking what I'm seeing from these multiple states saying that they're not going to enforce this bullshit mandate. There's like 21 states. Of course, they're all like Republican or whatever. It's essentially a couple of them are technically blue states like Georgia and Arizona. But if they're not going to do it. I mean, and you already got people fucking saying they're going to sue. So listen, the point of this thing is to show you guys how impotent the president is, right? How impotent the government can be if there's no one to enforce their edicts. And this does not just apply to the president, right? This can apply to your governor. Hell, this can apply to the legislature, right? Because the legislature are the ones who are supposed to make the laws. Like technically he's not even supposed to do this, right? They can sue him and then they can end up getting it fucking thrown out in court. But that hasn't stopped Joe Biden before, right? With the eviction moratorium, he said, fuck what the judge says, we're gonna do what's up. But this is the point. Government edicts and government laws in government rules in rulership means nothing without enforcement. If there's no one to enforce this shit, then it's a paper tiger, right? If they don't have enforcers to enforce the tyrannical laws, then there is no tyrannical law, essentially. That's the problem. We have people that are willing to enforce tyrannical laws. It's not the people in charge, right? So-called. It's not even the bankers. Not even the bankers who are really doing all the bullshit, right? The elites that basically control what the government does. But the government, they can't do shit without their muscle. They need the muscle to do this shit. And you have 21 states that are basically saying our enforcers are not going to participate in enforcing these hokey pokey mandates. Without it, what can you do? Now your employer can say, you know what? We're going to apply this to our company. We're going to say, okay, we're going to require hokey pokeys for you to be employed here or for you to show up and patronize our business. But if an employer, that's fine. They can do that. However detrimental it might be to their business, they have the right to destroy their own business with stupidity. But if they say, you know what, I'm not going to require my employees to take hokey pokeys, then if the enforcers aren't willing to go to that employer and find them or whatever they feel like they need to do to get the employer to comply, then it's not really going to do anything. You understand what I'm saying? When people make the decision to say, you know what, I'm not fucking with this. I'm not living under government rule. No, I'm not going to follow this rule. I'm not going to comply with that. I'm not going to comply with this. If we get enough people on board to not comply with tyranny, then the tyranny cannot thrive in the land. That's the point of this video. The point of this video is not to say how how horrible it is for Joe Biden to, put out this executive order, because, come on, it's really just words, right? It's just words. It doesn't really do shit at the end of the day without enforcement, without compliance. And even if they do have enforcers that are willing to go out and break legs and crack skulls to get this done, we still outnumber the enforcers. The people outnumber the enforcers, and as long as we understand that, and as long as we exercise our rights to do this, as long as we exercise our rights to not comply, we will be okay. We do not have to comply with the bullshit. And I just want you guys to look at the Declaration of Independence, right? The Declaration of Independence in the Constitution, where it says all men are created equal, and it mentions something about, if the government gets out of line, then we, the people, have the right to replace that government. Well, I'll take it a step further. We, the people, have the right to abolish government altogether, because we don't need them. The government doesn't do anything but destroy lives, take wealth, and that's it. The government has not done any good that the people themselves cannot do. Because any program that they implement, right, people might love, right, free medical and all this other shit, free benefits, welfare, food stamps and all this shit. But it's not the government giving you this, right? If you enjoy those benefits, it's not the government. If you enjoy unemployment benefits, the government does not provide you with unemployment benefits. It's the people that do that. You, as a matter of fact, with unemployment, it's unemployment insurance. You pay out of your own pocket, out of your own paycheck each week, or every 2 weeks, however often you get your paycheck. You pay for your own unemployment benefits, and so does the employer. So you guys, it's the people. At the end of the day, everything the government provides you, they don't provide you without getting it from us. They take from us, and they redistribute our wealth collectively. They extort us. The government does not earn anything. The government does not produce anything. All the government does is take and regulate. They take, they regulate, they steal, they kill, they commit mass murder, right? They commit environmental devastation. The biggest polluter in this world are government, right? Everything that they do is taking away from something. They don't produce a goddamn thing. They just swallow up, they absorb, they take shit. I can't even think of one thing that the government provides for the people. I can't think of one thing that the government provides in surplus to a thing, right? They don't. The government only takes. Let me see what y'all talking about. Nicolette Moore was good. The Abakai says, did you hear the Australian health official who said on live TV, we'll see the mandatory vaccine, Hokey Pokeys, looks like in the New World. Yeah, I saw that. No, they don't even care. No, it's not in Australia, because in Australia, the people are they just gave everything up. They gave up all everything, right? The people of Australia, they're lost, right? They're a lost cause. They just gave up all their ass. They just gave up all the ass. They took 12 inches up the ass, and they'll take 12 more. You know what I mean? They'll take 12 more inches up the ass, and that they're done for. I don't even respect any Australian. This is why they come after your guns. This is exactly why. So that it's easier for them to have you sitting in quarantine camps, waiting for them to bring you food, sitting there like starving fucking dogs. Oh, I can't wait to get my food today. Like, it's fucking stupid. You just sit there and you allow these people, and then you acknowledge that it's Orwellian. You acknowledge all the, oh yeah, it's really bad, right? Well, you people in Australia, you got your head so far up your ass. No, yeah, you got your head far up your ass, and your ass is in the sand. You know what I'm saying? You have your head in your ass and in the sand. You're done for. It's a wrap for you guys. In any other country where they don't have the right to keep and bear arms, that's why I am so not going to another country now. I was really considering it. Oh, maybe I'll go to Thailand. Maybe I'll go to somewhere like that. Just live somewhere like that. Whatever. But I'm like, these people, at any moment, their government can say, they can flip a switch and say, you know what? We're going to take some of your rights today. They can go full board. They can go full blown with taking your rights away. And there's nothing that people can do about it because they don't have the means to defend their rights. You understand? The government has all the weaponry. The government has, this is what it is. Here in this country right here, this is the best tyrannical country you're ever going to get. This is the best country in the world as far as tyrannical countries go. I can argue that there are countries in the Netherlands that are a lot better than the United States, a lot freer than the United States, but that's another story. But as far as oppressive tyrannical countries go, yeah, we're the best. This is the best one, and I have a better chance sticking around in this country to defend my rights than going to another country where people don't even think about or give it a second thought to owning firearms. This is why it's so important for us to be able to do that. I mean, look at Afghanistan. Look what's going on in Afghanistan. That should show you how, even though the United States Army military far out technologizes and far outnumber, far outguns the Taliban, it didn't mean shit to the Taliban for 20 fucking years. 20 years. 20 years we were in Afghanistan, outgunning them, technology, you know what I'm saying? It didn't mean motherfucking shit because they did not fear. There was no fear in them. They kept riding for what they believed in. Their freedoms to exercise their religion, however awful the things that they do are. The Taliban is, they're pieces of shit. The way they treat women and all this other shit, their religious restrictions, and they're oppressive as well. But they damn sure weren't gonna let another country's military stop them and oppress them in their minds. You understand what I'm saying? In their minds, they were being oppressed by the United States government. They couldn't exercise their religion as they saw fit. They couldn't exercise their Sharia law as they saw fit. And they said, fuck that. We're going to continue to fight for 20 fucking years. And you think what they're going to do to us? You think it's going to be a cakewalk if they decided to turn their guns on their own people? Man, miss me with that shit. Excuse me. Yeah. Yeah. Australia is going. Smart man regarding unemployment. No doubt, man. I pay for that shit. They make it seem like they're doing you a favor, like it's a handout. Oh, if we extend PUA or if you're an independent contractor, or you're not paying in the unemployment benefits. So I mean, there's that. But for people who aren't like we're going to end it's a handout. There's no more handouts. Are you fucking kidding me? How dare listen, if a government official tells you, if you hear a government official say something about giving handouts to the people, it is incumbent upon you to tell them to shove it up their ass, because we don't get handouts. No, not from the government. Everything that the government gives, they did not produce. They got it from the people. So if the people need those benefits, it's not a fucking handout. You know what I'm saying? It's a return on my investment, essentially. but they want you to think it's a handout. That's why I have a problem with these so-called Republicans out here talking about, oh, we need to end these handouts. Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here. Miss me with that bullshit. In the Philippines, that president is fucking nuts. I would never live in the Philippines. You know what that dude does? He's fucking crazy. And he's forcing hokey pokeys. The president of the Philippines requiring hokey pokeys for everybody in the goddamn country. Like, you don't have a choice. Nah, fuck that. That's what I'm saying. The Philippines might sound good. Oh, you get the islands and the low cost of living, and you know you can live like a king if you on your retirement. What's that going to mean when they start trying to force you to do shit and you don't have the means to defend your liberties? Fuck out of here. That's what I'm saying. Like, nah, I'm staying right here. Yes, return to so long we have the second our rights stand firm. Yeah, that's right. Yeshua's return. Poppy pants tyrant Biden. Yep. Forza Horizon 3 is a good game. Then shame to see Australia, a beautiful country. Yeah, and Australia is a beautiful country. 902 repping. I don't know about that. I don't know about Canada being a better run nation. Because Justin Trudeau is out there tyrannizing like a motherfucker, man. Y'all just lost in one fell swoop. Y'all lost all. You can't in one fell swoop. He took away everybody's right to keep and bear arms as far as assault weapons go. Oh, assault weapons. He took no, fuck that. It's so easy for them to do that there. It's so easy for them to do that there because they don't have the Constitution like we have in the Second Amendment. Now, as much as I say that the Second Amendment, you don't need that to exercise your rights, because guess what? Your rights aren't created by the Second Amendment. Your rights aren't given to you by the Constitution. But at the end of the day, it's been programmed into people's minds that you have to step around this or go about it a certain way. You just can't just take the rights away. You have to, go through a legislative process, and after that, if you get challenged in court, you got to go through the judicial process and all this other shit. So it creates that buffer between the tyrants and our liberties to a degree. So it's good to have that, but at the end of the day, the people in Canada, they don't need a Second Amendment to exercise their right to keep and bear arms. They can just say, "Fuck off, Justin Trudeau. We're not going to give up our rights to keep and bear arms. We're gonna buy more firearms, and we're gonna walk around with them. And I dare you to do something about it." And that goes for anybody in the world. That goes for any. If you were born a human being, you were born with the rights to defend yourselves by any means necessary, and that includes by carrying a firearm, buying any firearm you want. If you want a jet, if you can afford a fighter jet, and you're just a regular citizen, you can do that. If you want a claymore mine, fucking grenades, rocket launchers, these are all, you have the right. If it exists and other people have access to them, including a government, then you also have the right to have that as well. Because back in the day, people, the privateers, they had cannons on their ships to defend themselves against pirates and whatever else. You know what I'm saying? So privateers, they're not military. They were just regular people trying to earn a living out in the seas and do whatever they want to do. And they were able to have cannons. I don't see why we shouldn't be able to have that as well. Like, fully automatic weapons, like all that. No Nonsense Stucky was good. Dalai Lama's tea was going on. By the way, I heard Jimmy Nguyen says, by the way, I heard Republicans are about to send the truth back if the Republicans win again in the government. This is a complete disaster. For 20 years, only to take an L. We do it again. That's the third L. And you know what? 902 repping is not just Trudeau. It's just government, period. Government, period. Like, they're all sociopaths. If they wake up in the morning and say, you know what? How am I going to rule over the people today? How am I going to decide what people can and can't do today? I can't wait to get together with the other 534 people in Congress to decide how this country should be run and how the people should live in this. Like that you're a sociopath if you think that you have that right and that you have the legitimate authority to do that. Then you're a sociopath. Like, it's not just Trudeau. Anyway, guys, shady laws get changed while we're being distracted by something else. Always try to buy it, make it, sell it. Always. I mean, that's the thing. It shouldn't matter, right? We should be able to say, fuck off with these laws. Try to enforce them. Right? We should be able to say, fuck off with these laws. Fuck off with these executive orders. You ain't got nobody to enforce them. And if they do try to enforce them, they can come try to stop me. Like that's how it should be. We should, at any sign of tyranny, and this is how tyranny gets out of hand. Let's say there was we abolish government, go to a voluntarist system or whatever the case may be, which could be anarchy in some places. In some places, people have their small little government where people choose to be ruled by that government. That's their choice, but don't try to force it on other people. Let's say that, at the first sign of tyranny, you snuff that bitch out. You nip it in the bud. What happens is you allow people to dictate how you live your daily life, little by little, and you think they're just they're doing what's best for the community, or they're doing what's best for the people. Anybody that makes decisions for the good of the people, those are the people you need to make sure you need to make sure that they're handled in the right way. However, you got to do that. If anybody says, you know what, we need to do this because it's what's good for everybody, and it violates your rights in some form or fashion, you know what I'm saying? That's when you sniff those people out. Like, oh, okay, I see what you're trying to do here. That's when you handle that. You got to handle it right then and there. You can't let that shit continue. You can't let that shit snowball into something else. And that's why we have such this government. That's why we have such a huge controlling government right now, because the governors right back in the day, they shouldn't have had the power to even enter into a contract with the founding fathers and go along with this centralized government bullshit. Because the people in those states, they just said, you know what, we're going to let you handle that. So when you see people trying to make decisions on your behalf that affects the entire community, and it disregards your individual rights, that's when you need to take care of that shit immediately. 44 Love, respect you. What's good? I respect your work, brother. Oh, I appreciate you. Anyway, I'm gonna go ride my bike real quick. Get my bike ride in. It's a nice clear day. The weather's nice, 70 degrees. It's gonna be a good day for a bike ride. Anyway, I'm holler at y'all later. Just want to come in here real quick and let you know what I thought about this executive order, which is bullshit, and it means nothing if no one's going to enforce it. My employer already said we're not making anybody we're not making people take tests or get hokey pokeys. So, I mean, what is the government going to do about that? Really nothing they can do legally, like legitimately. Nothing they can do. So don't worry about this little mandate. You know what I'm saying? And if your employer insists on following the mandate, that's when you have to make the best decision for yourself. I'm not your doctor. I'm not your anybody. I'm not your lawyer. I'm not your doctor. Discuss whatever decision you make, that's on you. You know what I'm saying? If your employer says, oh, you got to get this hokey pokey or you can't work here, that's when you have to make the best decision for yourself. All right? So much love to you guys. I'll holler at y'all later. And I'll probably get at y'all tomorrow. Peace.